Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Jason Gregerson. I am the instructor for MA2320 Online Linear Algebra. And so the purpose of this video is really to show you everything you're going to need to know to be successful in this course. Alright, so the course will mainly be run out of our course Canvas page, that's the LMS for Michigan Tech. And to get there, you just go to Michigan Tech's homepage, mtu.edu. From there you can navigate to Students, and then lastly to Canvas. When you click on this Canvas link, you'll be prompted to log in with your Michigan Tech credentials, and that should land you at your dashboard page, where you should see all the courses that you're enrolled in. From here, you just select on our course, MA2320, and that should bring you to our course homepage. All right, so now that you're on our course homepage, this is really where you'll need to get all the information for the courses right here. So when we land on this, we can see there's a section at the top called Getting Started. And so we can see that the first thing to do is to read the course syllabus and the course schedule. So I'm going to open both of these up in new tabs so we can take a look at them. Now if you follow the course syllabus, it's going to have all that syllabus type information. It's going to tell us the book we're using, the prerequisites, the course description, objectives, course structure, the grading scheme, exams communication, the grading scale, all that good stuff. And you should definitely take some time and really read through all the details of the course syllabus. Now what I'm going to focus on is these two pieces, course structure and course evaluation. So course structure says materials from chapters 1 through 6 of the course are going to be covered, or the text are going to be covered. Preparation for the course is very important. Each week you should work through the weekly module that contains the section quizzes, section My Lab homework assignments, the written homework assignments, and the Mathematica projects. So that's what we're going to be doing each week. There'll also be some major assessments, the 2 midterm exams, and 1 final exam. And there's also going to be a participation portion of the grade that I'm going to cover later in the video. So basically these first 3 pieces are what we're going to be doing every week. Homework, quizzes, Mathematica, written homework, and participation. And then we'll have 2 midterms throughout the semester and 1 final exam. Okay, let's go back to that course homepage and look at the schedule. We'll click on Schedule, and here's what our schedule will look like. And so it looks like in week 1, we're going to be responsible for learning the content from sections 1.1 and 1.2 of the text. And then it says that's due Sunday at September 8th. And so the idea is we're going to be covering 2 sections of content, but in this online format, there'll be a variety of assignments, but everything is going to be due on Sunday night. So you can really determine where in your week you have the most opportunity to complete the work. Everything's due on Sunday night. And so here you can see that pretty much every week we're going to have to cover about 2 sections. And from the schedule you can also see when the midterms are due and when the final exam week is. The details of when the final exam will actually be will come out a little bit later in the semester. Alright, so now we can see the course schedule, and we're basically covering 2 sections a week. Now how do we actually cover that content? Let's go back to the main homepage. And so along the way, we're going to have to read content from the text and actually do some stuff in Mathematica. So if we continue on getting started, the next thing says to get access to the online homework system. So to do that, we're going to click on this My Lab and Mastering tab. All right, when we do that, it's going to bring us to this Pearson page. That's the publisher of the textbook. And so you can either hit Open My Lab and Mastering or follow any of the other links, really. And the first time you do that, it's going to have you either log in with your Pearson account or create a Pearson account. And then it will prompt you to either enter your access code for access to the online homework system or to purchase an access code. So we do need to purchase access to this online homework system. Now once you purchase access to the online homework system, you'll also have access to the e-version of the textbook. So you don't have to buy a physical version of the textbook. So the first time you go through this, you can either enter in the access code you may have previously purchased, or you'll be able to buy one on the fly using a credit card. So you'll come in here and you'll purchase access, and then from then on you can follow this link to go into the textbook and read content from the text. So there should be some direct links that will link you to the textbook, or you can navigate to the main My Lab page, which looks something like this, a little bit different from the student view, and you'll see access to the textbook in a couple different forms over here. Alright, let's go back to the main Canvas page. Now we have access to the online homework system and the e-text. Next thing says download Mathematica. What is Mathematica? So we follow that, and we have this page here that's going to describe why we're using Mathematica. It basically says that in real life, computation is done with computing software, right, not by hand. And so Mathematica is an example of computational software. And so it's actually a very powerful tool that's used not only in academia, but also in industry. And we get access to this software for free by being students at Michigan Tech. So to download the software, you just follow this link, where you'll once again log in with your Michigan Tech credentials, and you'll be brought to a software page. And so you should be able to scroll down here and find Mathematica version 12. You're going to click on that link and follow the instructions. You'll have to download a big file. It's going to be between 3 and 4 gigabytes, so it's going to take a little while. So make sure you have a good internet connection while you're downloading that. And there'll be instructions for following a link to get an access code. You have to kind of read all those instructions and get that all set up. And then you'll officially have it downloaded on your machine, and we're going to be using it all semester long. So that is Mathematica. Let's go back to that main home page. Now we've really gone through these first 3 steps. We have all the information, all the tools we need now to actually go through kind of our weekly workflow. Our weekly workflow is going to be done through modules. And each module is going to contain the following 4 items. We're going to have section quizzes, and these quizzes are going to contain instructional videos and assessment questions. And then we'll have some homework assignments. We'll have a written homework assignment and a Mathematica assignment. So let's take a look at that workflow. You can click on modules here, or from modules here to look at our course modules. All right, I'm going to collapse this week 1 module. As the semester progresses, you're going to see week 2 module, week 3 module, so on and so forth. Each module will have the same kind of content. It will have an instruction page. So you're going to click on that, and you're going to read through the module instructions, and they're all going to look pretty similar. You read through that content, and then you hit next. It's going to bring you to the next item in that module, in this case section 1.1. And it's going to say, okay, to do section 1.1, step 1 is to read that section of the text. So you can go back to that main page, look at the e-text, read through section 1.1. And then you're going to take this quiz. Now you shouldn't think of this as really a quiz, but more of maybe a reading assignment. So I'm going to scroll down here, and you can see there's embedded video content. So these are videos that I've made to help support your reading of the text, because it's hard to read a math textbook. And they're basically 10 to 15 minute videos kind of rehashing some of the big ideas. So you've read the text, you watch the video to keep getting more instructions, and then you try a couple problems. And these questions are really kind of covering over the main points and the basic ideas from the textbook and the videos. There's another video, 10 to 15 minutes long. You'll generally see about 2 to 3 videos per section quiz. You answer a couple more questions, and then you'll finish this quiz. And so once you're finished with the quiz, you've really gone through all the content then from section 1.1. And then when you're all done with that, you can scroll to the bottom and hit next, and it'll bring you to the next component of the module. The next piece of the module is going to be your section 1.1 homework assignment from Pearson. So we saw that main Pearson site is going to be an online homework system. You actually don't have to go there to do the homework. It'll all present itself in here. Right now it's not showing it for me because I'm in student view. But really what it will look like is if you were to go to the main page, it will look like this in that module. You'll see about 10 questions, and this is really where you get your repetition of the section content. So here's where you get practice. And so you'll click on question 1, and it will open up, and they'll have some question related to the section, and you can type in your answers here. Now, about this homework system, the idea is you get 3 attempts at this question, and if you get them wrong 3 times in a row, there'll be an option to try another question like it. When you hit that, it'll give you a different question that's very similar and 3 more attempts. If you get it right on that second time, you still get full credit. So essentially, you have unlimited attempts at this question, but in groups of 3. So the idea is just so you can really keep practicing until you really get this idea. So the section quiz has the video support and some basic problems. The homework assignment is where you can really get as many reps as you need to get proficient. So once you finish your homework assignment, then we'll go back to that module. So now we're in here. I finished my homework. I click next. And I've kind of finished up the section 1.1 content. Now I would read section 1.2, I would take this quiz, watch the videos that are in there, try those questions, and then I would do the homework for section 1.2. Once again, getting that repetition and that practice. After that, I've really finished all the instructional and practice content for those 2 sections for this week. Then there'll be a written homework assignment. Okay, so written homework assignment says I should download this PDF. So I'm going to click on this guy, and I'm going to download the PDF. I'm going to print this thing out. So you should print this out, and you're really going to work through these problems with a pencil. Now you should know that these are problems that are from your online homework session. So you've already done section 1.1 number 2 in the online homework system. The only difference is in the online system, some of the numbers in here, like that 5 or this 7, are algorithmically generated. So you might not have exactly the same question, but you've gotten all those reps there to make sure that you know how to do this type of problem. So now you have another one that's actually straight from the textbook with those same number values, and now you can just write out the solutions here. So you just write out the solutions to just a couple problems. It's not going to be as many problems as on the online homework. There's usually going to be probably 2 questions per section. And I'm going to take a closer look at your written work on this one. So you print this PDF out, you write out your solutions, and then you'll see that it says you're going to need to create a PDF of your completed work. So once you write out your solutions, you need to scan that paper in as a PDF, or you can use your smartphone to take images and convert those images to PDFs. And there's lots of different tools that will help you do that. Once you've generated that PDF, you're going to upload your assignment to Gradescope. Okay, so I download the PDF, I work through it, I scan in my written work as a PDF, I submit it to Gradescope over here. So I click on this Gradescope link, and for each written work assignment, there's going to be a written work assignment here. So I just completed the week 1 written work, so now I click on this and I submit the PDF to this spot right here. That's how I complete the written work. Then I hit next once that's done, and then I'll have my Mathematica assignment. So the very first one kind of reminds us how to download the software. There'll be an instructional video that'll walk us through the absolute basics of this software. I assume you have never used this software before. We're going to start you off at ground zero. And so then there'll be some tasks for you to do here in your Mathematica notebook. And then you'll either submit your assignment as a PDF here or possibly over to Gradescope. Okay, and the video content will really help walk you through all the Mathematica components. Once you finish your Mathematica assignment, you're going to hit next again. And then the last thing will be your participation component of the week. And so for the first week, there's kind of a special participation component, and this is a week 1 meeting. Everyone in the course is required to meet with me sometime during the first week. Now don't worry, I know this is an online course. You can meet with me online in an online conference room. But I want to connect with everybody one-on-one in the first week just to really make sure that we have a workflow going and that everyone's on track as we get started in the semester. Now in subsequent weeks, you'll still have a participation assignment, but it will be a weekly check-in. And that check-in could be calling me up on the phone saying, hey, I'm good this week. It could be sending me an email or even a text that just says, I'm good. That's really all you have to do. But better yet, if you have questions, that check-in could be meeting in an online conference room or calling me or emailing me and really asking whatever questions you have for that week. And I'll go into more detail in a little bit about how the best way is to communicate and get help in the course. So we finish off our communication portion, and that really wraps up this module. So I'm going to go back to the main module piece just to summarize. Basic instructions, cover each section, take the quiz, watch the videos, get some reps in the homework, do the next section. You'll have 4 questions to do in written work, a Mathematica assignment, and that really wraps up each week of work. All right, so we're going to do that every week, doing about 2 sections per week. And we're going to keep doing that until we get to the exam. Now, how are we going to run exams in this course? All right, so the exams are going to be essentially regular practice paper exams. So I'm going to click on the exam information. It's going to pop up over here. And it should be kind of the instructions for the exams. They're going to be paper exams, just like you take in a traditional course, but they need to be proctored for you. So you need to arrange for someone to proctor the exam to you. And so there's a list of potential proctors here. You can find a testing center in your area. You might have to go there. You might have to pay $15 to get your exam proctored, but they will do the proctoring for you. Local libraries are great. So you can go to a local library. The librarians often offer proctoring services. If there's a community college in your area, they might have a testing center, or you might be able to go to a specific department and have a faculty member or staff member proctor your exam. If you're on an internship or a co-op and you're working at a company, somebody from HR in your company might also be able to proctor the exam if they're an appropriate HR representative. If you're still in the Houghton area by Michigan Tech, you can also come out of campus and take it at the Michigan Tech Testing Center as well. Okay, unacceptable proctors might be your old high school math teacher, or your pastor, or your direct supervisor at work, or any relative. Nobody that really has a personal connection and a vested interest in your success should be proctoring the exam for you. When in doubt, contact me and discuss who your proctors are going to be. Okay, so right away in the beginning of the semester, you're going to have to identify a proctor. And you already have the exam date, so you're going to find your proctor, and you're going to schedule to take the exam on those 2 dates for the midterms with that proctor. They're going to agree to be your proctor, and then you're going to fill out a Google form right here with that proctor's information. So you're going to click on this link, and you're going to fill out your proctor form. First, you put in your information, and then your proctor for exam 1, and then your proctor for exam 2, and then your proctor for the final exam. And you just put all their information in here. That's going to be their first name, last name, their email address, what their profession is, if they're a testing center or a faculty member, whatever it is, and then a verification link that I can validate their identity. In other words, if they're a librarian, their library probably has a staff page that has their name. Just put the link to that library page here. Same thing if they're a faculty member or testing center, there's probably a link to that college or that testing center. Just put that link here. And if you can't find something, put NA and then contact me with the information. Once you've filled out this proctor form, hit submit. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to reach out to your proctors. I'm going to verify their identity. And then we're all going to take the exam on the day of the exam. You can pick whatever time and make that arrangement with your proctor during that exam day. The day before, I'm going to email your proctors a PDF of the exam. They're going to print it. On the exam day, you're going to go in. They're going to administer it to you in a testing environment. You're going to finish it. They're going to collect it. They're going to scan that guy and email it back to me. I'm going to grade it, and that's how the exams work in the course. All right, 2 midterms and 1 final exam. The last piece of the course I really want to stress is how to get help in this course. A lot of this video content has been recorded prior to the semester. So what you should really take from that is that my job as the instructor of this course is to assist you when you need help. So I want you to feel like you can really reach out and get help from me anytime. So how do you get help? Well, you can certainly email me. You can certainly call me. I provided not only my office number, but also my cell phone number as well. Now, the best way to get help is to use Google Calendar. So if I'm going to open up a new tab here in Chrome, and if I'm going to log in with my Michigan Tech credentials into Chrome, then I can go to my Google Calendar. And because we're a Google University at Michigan Tech, if you're logged in with your Michigan Tech information, you can just come over here to meet with, and you can just type in my name, Jason Gregerson. And when you type in my name and hit enter, it's going to show my calendar next to your calendar. So what you're going to see is this. You're going to see my availability. And what I want you to do is really feel like at any time you see that I'm free, you can say, I need some help. So I'm just going to go to 7 p.m. right here, and I'm going to create an event. I'm going to say, I need help. And I'm going to just invite, you're going to invite me to this event. So you just type in my name as the guest, Jason Gregerson. And you're going to invite me to this event. And when you create this event in Google Calendar, it's going to create a Google Hangout. So I'm just going to save this guy without any name here. All right, and then basically I'm going to accept this, and then at that time we're both going to click on this event. I'm going to add conferencing to it real quick. There we go. We're both going to click on this event, and there's going to be a link here to join a Hangout. And so we're just going to click on this, and it's going to dump us both into a conference room. And once we're into that conference room, I can share my screen with you, and I have a writing tablet that I can just kind of write out the math, and you can kind of see what I'm doing. And so we can really interact very well in that tool. And everyone's going to get a chance to see exactly what that looks like in our week 1 meeting. So the best way to kind of get help is to put an appointment right on my calendar like that where we can meet. You should also feel like you can really call or text me to see if I'm available. So in the past, I literally have students who will send me a text on my cell phone, at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and saying, hey, I'm stuck on a problem. Are you free? And if I'm sleeping or if I'm busy, I won't reply right away. If I'm free, though, which oftentimes I am, I'll reply, sure, no problem. Let's jump into a Hangout. I'll send you a Google invite to a calendar event. We'll jump in here. We'll work out whatever questions you have, and you can get help right away like that. Okay, so I really encourage you to reach out as much as you need help this semester. That's really what my job here as the instructor of this course is. Okay, so we've seen all the stuff you need to do to get started. We've seen how to progress through a module. We know what exams look like, and you have an idea how to get help. So go ahead and get started. And as I said, contact me if you have any questions at all. Great having you in the course, and I look forward to working with you all. Thanks.